Hello everyone, my name is Wendy Athens and I would like to welcome you to Chem 2025 and Chem 2025L, the laboratory component of this course. Welcome to Introduction to Chemistry, and I want to take you on a quick tour through the courses and make you familiar and also give you some coaching tips. So first of all, let's look at your home screen and you will see that across the top I have a number of tabs. That's where I would like you to start. How about the getting started? That would be a great place. Why study chemistry? What are some of the value of chemistry? Well, one I'll put forward to you. One of my goals for this course is that by the end you think of all the world around you more at the atomic level. And so even as I'm speaking to you, there's a connection between us, which is the internet. Well, what is the internet? It's really based on fiber optic cables which stretch around the earth. What's inside a fiber optic cable? Silicon dioxide with some doping, it's called, of germanium, titanium, and phosphorus. So it has certain properties. So when the light beam passes through the fiber optic cable, which is the signal, such as my voice speaking to you, this is all accomplished by going through that network of silicon dioxide. Next you see instructor information. Probably the most important thing is how will you contact me. You can see my email right above here. You can send me an email message either through this FSW email or through the Canvas Conversations. Both will come to my phone. Speaking about that, one of the things I would highly recommend to you is to set up your notifications so that you receive your notifications right away. So come up here to your name and come over here to the left and notifications, and this is where you turn on or off how you want to receive information from Canvas. So any kind of announcement I would make, definitely turn that on for ASAP, and any kind of grades, okay? If you would, you'd want to get your grades right away. I don't really have any grades coming to me, but you would want to receive your grades right away, your submission comments, all these things. So how do you want to receive that? You can set it up to come to your email, you can set it up to come to your phone, you could set it up to come to Twitter, etc. Okay, so that would be a very important thing to take care of right away. So my notifications are such that I instantly receive your emails, or I am alerted when you submit an assignment. Learning modules, that's the core way this course is developed. Let me click on that. The way I want you to proceed through this course is to do it at the module basis. So on the left navigation you'd hit modules, or there on the home page you could hit modules, and we're going to go top to bottom through the course. Alright, and as such, let me just look at the first module. Instructor comments. Must view the page. You have to open this up and look at it. Well, let's do that for this first one. What I've done is I've put all of my lecture notes and a video or videos and all of the bold-faced terms for all the major ideas for that chapter. Okay? So I'm requiring that you at least open this page. All of my videos, they're not more than 15 minutes long, and it's such a good summary for you of all that we are going to accomplish in that chapter that it's very efficient for you to start learning that way. So I have that at the top, so once you view that page, then these are the basic things you'll have available to you. You'll have notes from the publishers, go along with the textbook. You might have worked example problems. This is more publisher notes. The PowerPoint, and these have some animation aspect to them. And then mastering chemistry. This is where you'll do your homework. This was part of the bundle with the textbook. You got mastering chemistry. Well, let's go in and look at mastering chemistry to orient you to this wonderful tool. The first time that you enter mastering chemistry, come down to the Pearson Mastering Chemistry links module, and you'll have access to your mastering chemistry throughout the semester here. Pick any one of these to cross over and register for the first time. This is a one-time deal. After you're registered, you will not have to go through these procedures anymore. Load Mastering Chemistry in a new window. And here it's saying, have you already purchased your access code from the bookstore, or are you going to buy now with a credit card? And you do have 14 days of free use, so you would have to go through these questions every time until you do make a payment. Let's say I'm going to buy with a credit card because I have a hard copy textbook. You have two choices. You can buy with the e-text or without the e-text. I'm going to buy without the e-text because I got a hard copy book, a used one, from the bookstore. Come in here, make your credit card payment, and then that's done, and it links your Pearson username with your Canvas username. The handshake occurs, and after this, you never have to do this again. Let's go into Mastering Chemistry now and look at that tool. When I click on Mastering Chemistry Assignments, I come to a screen that looks like this. I pick my first assignment that's due in this course, click on it, and I'm going to pick the view that you would have. You'll see all of the different questions that you need to complete. As you go into each question, you will see that it opens up, and this is a ranking question where you drag and drop this style question till you submit. You aren't complete, alright? And so it's going to ask me to finish my job. If I'm not right, it will give me help. So I would continue to try on this, and then you see there's a part B and C. Once I have correct, I earn the point for this question, and I can continue either in the bottom right, or I can come up here and go back and forth in the top right through the previous next. Alright, coming back to the module flow, after you complete your Mastering Chemistry assignment, and remember you have an infinite number of tries to get all of the points for that, you can then go into the quiz for that chapter. The thing I love about Mastering I have set is you for get multiple tries. If you didn't get the right answer, it pops up with smart help. They're randomized, so you'll get fresh problems each time. But these are also what we call formative homework. Is profitable. They help you work with the materials, right answers, and develop your ideas. You've uncovered any sort of misunderstanding. I would like to now step out of the module approach. I hope you like Mastering Chemistry. I think it's a very powerful tool. Let's look at how you'll be assessed for this term. You will have 15% of your grade earned by these quizzes that you have an infinite number of tries to get a perfect score. 15% of your grade based on the Mastering Chemistry assignments. So look at that, 30% of your grade you can absolutely ensure perfect scores. Discussions and participation, 20%, and 50% of your grade are for exams, but I use the word exams loosely. The first exam is a math review problem set, and it takes you through chapters 1 and 2. The second exam is a proctored midterm exam at one of the FSW testing centers. That's a multiple choice and a short answer midterm exam. The third exam is a project, and it deals with the topic of water. And the fourth exam is a proctored final exam, multiple choice and short answer at a proctored testing center. Let's take a moment and switch over to the laboratory side of things. When you go into the laboratory course, you'll see the 3 attendance verification activities first. You'll take care of those within the first few days of the course. And then the first week and a half, I have you busy going through scientific notation, sig figs, metric conversions, and dimensional analysis. You'll self-study through lab skills 1 and 2. If you open these up, you'll see there's a lot of content here. And then you'll apply it in a lab team activity in which I have you working together to complete about 15 questions, and you'll submit those on a Google Doc. The first official lab that you'll do is a density lab, and there are 2 components to this. There's the late night lab, density lab, and then I have your first kitchen lab, which is making a density column. So during this course, you'll do 9 different virtual labs in late night labs, 2 kitchen labs, and a video-based lab. Here's a very brief introduction to the late night labs interface. When you come into late night labs, you'll see your workbench, and up on the shelf you can either tab the containers, the materials, or the instruments. And then whatever you need, you drag it down to your bench to work with it. Okay, so if I want to get a beaker, I pull that down, I get the mass of the beaker, I have a reading, I would come over here to my lab book. Okay, so first of all, over on the right you have the lab manual, which would have the background for the lab, the procedures, and then lab notes is where you would actually record that is 85 grams. Okay, empty beaker. Save your notes, and then I see these notes that you take, and those are 10 points of your 20-point lab. Consists of you showing work in this notes area. The rest of it comes by looking here at the bottom. You have your, this is the log of all your activities, the timer, media player, the manual, which you see already. You could clear the table, or you can exit the lab. When you're finished, you exit the lab, and then you'll come in and do the actual assignment. Okay, so you would click the assignment here, and that's the other 10 points of your lab. That you communicate with me and that you are involved in the class. So enter the class 3 times a week. Expect to spend 3 hours on this portion of the course. As far as the laboratory component, 1 to 2 hours for the laboratory each week. And that you work with your fellow classmates. We have the chat area, we have the conferences area, you have access to them through conversations. Please work together, and I try to build that collaborations with certain activities that we do. You have 3 attendance verification activities that you need to do right off the bat, and your financial aid is dependent on your successful completion of those activities, so make sure you get right on that. And then my last bit of advice has to do with being an online learner in general. So I believe that when you're an online student, it requires a great deal of self-discipline and motivation. And for you to be successful, I think it's really important that you view it as a job, and you're very regular in the way you do your work. So say you go in 3 times a week, and you have a very methodical way you do it. Say, for instance, the first time you go in, you're going to take care of your mastering chemistry. The second time you go in, you're going to take care of your quiz. The third time you go in, you're going to take care of your late night labs assignment, and also catch up on messages each time. So if you have a really systematic way of doing it and don't wait till the last minute to do things, I think you're going to learn a lot better. You provide the structure that the classroom, the physical classroom, no longer does. So I just want to convey I'm here to support you. I have worked very hard to try to make this course interesting and engaging, and I'm constantly refining it. And I want you to know that I love teaching, and I'm here for you, and I want you to feel free to contact me anytime. You should hear back from me very quickly. It would be rare that you wouldn't get a 24-hour response. But my goal is that you succeed in this course, and I hope you enjoy it along the way. All the best. Talk to you soon.